Oh my, oh my, oh my. I am not ready for this. Well, I was ready for it, but now I'm not ready for it. I'm plugging in my headphones now. I have been watching a fascinating, I'm telling you right now, it's absolutely fascinating press conference. Hello, Logan Calcaterra. Congratulations. In the race to be the first one on, Logan Calcaterra wins the big race. He's the first one on. Hello, Greg Meyer. How you doing? Don Ledger. Hello, Don. Hope everybody's doing well. Sherry. Oh, my goodness. Everybody's showing up. All right, so this is going to be a great show. There's a couple of reasons why it's going to be a great show. Hello, Darla Stewart Bennett. There's a reason why it's going to be a great show. Number one, I got a little bit of cool stuff up front. And then we're going to get into the thing that I just watched that absolutely blows my mind. Now I'll make it so you can hear me over the microphone. Sorry, it was so loud. So we're going to start off with something fun. Then we're going to go to something that just blew my mind. I mean, I don't even know what to say about this. And then we're going to get into the one human theory crafted by Mickey Spillane for everybody else. Hello, Susie. Hello, Bruce. Hello, Mark. All right, you guys are ready to do this. Let's do this. I'm sorry about the little bit of a delay. So here we go. Here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mickey in the Middle. My name is Mickey, and this is this show for the quintessential American, quintessential middle American who loves our country enough to do something about the current situation that we're finding ourselves in. I'm just so middle American, I can't even stand it. Live in the suburbs, got a little bitty place a place to call my own. Go down the backyard, and there's a little pond back there. Living the dream, right? I worked for 30 years. I opened up a small business. I'm doing good. But it's also hot. So that's why the scarf. Every time I go out, I got to take one of these things. So my life is great. My life is fantastic. I got two great churches, and now that I'm down here with my dad, I've got three great churches. So New Life Church in Cabot, Arkansas is my primary. Also St. Jude's in Jacksonville, Arkansas, because I'm Catholic, right? I'm semi-Catholic. I do half Catholic and I do half New Life, which is non-denominational. And then when I'm down here with my dad, I do Christ the King, which is here in Bossier City, Louisiana. So I've got everything covered. I got a great daughter. I got great friends. I got a great little place that I can call my own. I got a family that loves me, friends that love me. I got a great spiritual life, and I've got you guys. So I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. Now I'm living the great life. I'm just a middle American. I'm quintessential middle American. And when I say that, this is what I want for everybody in the world, because now I'm happy. Right? So I know that there's going to be people that have more stuff than me. I know that there's going to be people that have more money than me, can go on more vacations than me. I'm not going to be jealous of those people. I'm going to say, hey, good on you. This is America. This is where you can make your dreams happen. But here lately, we are in a quandary. And the reason why we're in a quandary is we've taken sides. Everybody's taking sides, right? So everybody's either Democrat or they're Republicans. And why in the heck are we picking sides? This is one of the things that bothers the heck out of me about where we are. Why are we picking political sides? And it seems like everybody has picked a political side. It's like a damn dodgeball team. You know, you go up there and go, who do you want? Well, I'm going to take the Young Turks on my team. Who are you going to take? Well, I'm going to take Tucker Carlson. Well, who do you want to have? I want to have Susan Rice. All right. Well, who do you want to have? Well, I want to have Ben Shapiro. Well, who do you want on your team? And it goes on and on, right? So I want Bill Clinton on my team. I want Ronald Reagan on my team. And we have divided the country. I've got a brand new concept right here, Mickey in the Middle. I want you to pick the middle side. I want you to pick the middle side. I don't want you to pick the right side. I don't want you to pick the left side. I don't want you to pick the blue side. I don't want you to pick the red side. I want you to pick the middle side. Now, what the middle side means is that we're not going to let anybody else define our issues. See, our issues are basically the same. If you're in Middle America and you are not in politics, all of us have the exact same problem. We need to all pick the exact same middle so that we can talk about them and get them all solved. I want you to think about this for just a second. Let's talk about roads. Is that a political issue? Roads are not really a political issue. Unless you get into politics and all of a sudden politics becomes an issue for roads. So if you're a politician and you got friends in the construction business and you slide them a contract and they grease your palm and they send you down to the Bahamas for a vacation, that's when it gets to be a problem. All of us in the middle need to find out who those SOBs are, and we need to vote them out of office immediately. We can't let them win. We need to be on our side because roads apply to all Middle Americans. That's how we get to our businesses. That's how we get to work. That's how we get our kids to school. That's how we go on vacation. It's very, very simple for me. This isn't a red side or a blue side. This is a middle side. And that's what I'm talking about tonight. I'm talking about the middle side. That when a politician calls you, you go, hey, what's your position on this? Awesome. I will talk to my colleagues in the middle. And then we will come up with a coherent thing. And the thing about roads is, yeah, fix the damn things. And don't make sure that it doesn't cost too much money. How hard is that? And if you can't get them fixed, the middle side is going to vote you out. How simple is that? That's why I came up with Mickey in the middle. See, you know, when I first got out of the military, I was in the military for 30 years. When I got out of the military, I became Hey Sarge. It was my speaking. I became a public speaker, and that became my persona for public speaking, which was Hey Sarge. And then I started helping out different businesses, and then I got a different business of my own, and I started expanding. And I thought one day, hey, look here, I'm a student of street philosophy, right? Here's what street philosophy is. Hey, do whatever works for you on the street, because if you try to do something that doesn't work on the street's going to kill you. So that's a pretty easy philosophy, right? So inside of that, that's where Mickey in the middle came from. It's very, very simple. We all need to be on the middle side. That's right. One human theory. Cammie, we're going to talk about one human in just a second. Mark, it's okay that you missed yesterday. It wasn't that good of a show anyway. But I encourage you to go watch it. One Human Theory, late night talking. That's right, Cammie. Cammie and I talk all the time. She's my sister. So hello, Steve Hayes from down there in Florida. Steven Crowder for your team. Hey, Steven Crowder. You know why I like Steven Crowder? Because he is middle right, farther than I am. But he's also a realist, and he also goes, hey, look here, man, a lot of this stuff in the middle can be explained if everybody understands what history is, understand what the current situation is, and understand why policies are driving us in a bad direction. So I will take that. Hello, Chris Cap. How you doing? All right, so let's do the things I promised you, which are going to be, first, we're going to go to a nice story. So we're going to go to a nice story. I'm going to be able to talk over this. This is a story that I'm going to be talking about that just absolutely dropped my jaw. But before we get there, here's what's happening in the world. This guy capsized his boat 90 miles off of Florida, and he was standing on the bottom of his boat holding on to the keel, and he was out there for 24 hours before they said, hey, somebody, my paw is gone, or my grandpa's gone, or somebody's missing, go get him. So he was out there, a freighter passed by, he thought they missed a signal, they went over the thing, and then they came back and they were like, hey man, you that guy that's missing? They threw him an orange buoy. So congratulations, dude, for getting back on shore. His name is B. So anyway, B is about up. B departed. What's his name? Stuart B. So there's Stuart. He survived 48 hours out there. This right here is Sarah Fuller. Sarah Fuller became the first woman to play in the Big Five league. She was a kicker for Vandy, and here's the thing is, everybody gave her a tremendous amount of crap for not kicking the ball well on her first play, on her first historic play. And all I can say is congratulations, ma'am, to Sarah Fuller. You went and you played college football for a top tier team, and you actually played. And she's going to get in pads, and she's a soccer kicker, so they're going to be getting her where she needs to go. Now, a lot of people are going to go, yeah, but she's not fully qualified. She's not a fully qualified human being to be doing this. And there's a lot of controversy because she's a soccer player, but she was a big football fan. She's played before, but at a lower level. And now she said, hey, look here, I can kick the ball between the field goals. I do it all the time. So they were like, hey, come on in, try out for the team. They did a really good job. Yes, Chris Cap, Vandy. Yes, Vanderbilt. And here's the amazing thing about that. I want you to put yourself in a position where you have never played in Major League college football, and all of a sudden you are asked in the middle of the season to go out and do a kickoff and make history. Would you be nervous? Because I've seen that girl kick the ball 50 yards. So when I say girl, that football player, that girl football player. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just trying to say that that's pretty damn impressive under any circumstance. Right? So congratulations to Miss Sarah. I greatly appreciate that. So let me stop that. Oh, I'm sorry about that. That was that weak ass kick. All right, that was that weak kick. But hey, man, she got it down to 35-yard line, so we're good with that. All right, so I got to stop that. All right, so here we go. Next story. The California coronavirus update. Governor Gavin Newsom warns of new drastic stay-at-home measures are possible within the next few days. All right. So this is why it absolutely crushes my soul that this guy does that. He is hurting middle Americans. When he says that you have a job that is not essential, and a lot of my, see this? This is how much I love America. This is a Captain America guitar, right? I love Captain America. I love my country. A lot of my friends are in the music business. They can't make a living. They can't make a living. And now all of a sudden he's going, hey, too bad that you can't make a living. Too bad that you're running out of food. We're not going to help you or anything like that. Show up at the doggone office and we're going to make you dependent on the state. So he's like, you can't work. I thought I had a right to work. Well, apparently not in the United States of America. So we all need to get together and need to say that, hey, look here, you have a right to work because your right to work makes you essential to your family. This is another one of the things. I need to actually write this down. Do me a, Greg, yes. Greg Meyer says, the beauty is that Sarah was given the opportunity to kick. I love that. Let's try different things. My kick wouldn't make it off the tee. Serious pressure for her. That is correct, Bruce. I'm telling you what, that's why I was impressed. All right. So let's say that Sarah was a musician. And after she got done with her college kicking career, she became a musician in a band. And Governor Gavin Newsom says that she is not important enough to be able to provide for her own family, that she is not essential. Don't worry about food. Don't worry about toilet paper. Don't worry about a roof over your head. Don't worry about the bills coming due. Don't worry about anything else that you had to worry about, like a car payment, house payment, electricity payment, gas payment, garbage pickup, sewage, all of the taxes you got to pay. Don't worry about that, Sarah. Don't worry about that. You're not going to work, so we're just going to let you die. I'm here. I'm going to make the decisions. I'm going to make the decisions for all of California. One person, 56 million people, and he's going to make all the damn decisions for everybody. That is freaking criminal. And if it's not criminal, it's immoral and it's not just. He is a dictator of California, and he needs to be voted out of office at the earliest opportunity. And that's why Mickey in the Middle is here. Because yes, I understand that masks work. Yes, I understand that somebody's got to make the decision. Yes, I understand that there's a health crisis in the world. But you can't tell somebody that they cannot provide for their family. You're a shitty person if you say that. You're a shitty person if you say that. You're not important enough to work. God, it makes me mad, right? Gavin Newsom is definitely not my favorite, right? The LA Board of Supervisors voted to close down eating, then one got caught dining. I know, Don, I saw that on the news. They're like, hey, we're going to shut down eating at restaurants. Hey, now that we've done that, anybody want to go out and get a bite to eat? Him, Inslee, Whitmer, Brown, Cuomo, they're all destroying their state and the working class. Mark, I cannot agree with you more. That is absolutely true. And here is the thing that I want you guys to show. All right, so those are the things that were in the news that caught my mind until 15 minutes prior to coming on air. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, this person that's on here is a nice guy. This is off of Rumble, and the name of this is United States Postal Service driver drops shocking claim about 200,000 ballots he drove across the country. So let me show you this dude, right? So this is the story, and this is the guy. This right here, I can't remember his name. I can't remember what his name, but anyway, he introduces himself at the beginning of this. And I'm going to play, I'm going to tell you his story rather than you having to worry about that. So let me get this back over here. So, all right. So you just saw the dude. He says in October, he does a regular route from New York to Pennsylvania, New York to Pennsylvania, New York to Pennsylvania back, right? He said in October, he picked up a truck that was loaded full of these huge boxes, and they had completed voter absentee ballots. Completed. Now, I'm telling you, completed, because they were enveloped, they were sealed, they were mail-in ballots, and they were in New York. And he picked up about 200,000 of them in October and drove them from New York to Pennsylvania. And then they made him wait. So he didn't think anything of it. He's like, hey, I'm doing my part for the country. This is going to be great. And then he got in his truck and he drove, and they were like, oh, it's those. Hold on just a second. And he was like, what do I got to do? They made him wait for 6 hours. Before they said, before he went in and said, I want to talk to a supervisor. I need to get unloaded. I want to go home. And they said, oh yeah, you're not going to offload them here. You're going to go to another place and you're going to offload them. And then he started thinking, this is unusual. This is not what I do. This is this is extraordinary. And why are the ballots complete? Now, you can go on here. This is on rumble.com. Look under USPS driver drops shocking claim. There it is right here. This is the name of the story. USPS driver drops shocking claim about 200,000 completed ballots he drove across the country in October. So that made me start thinking. That really made me start thinking. For the last 4 years, everybody on the Democratic side said, Donald Trump cheated in an election. Donald Trump cheated in an election. Donald Trump cheated in an election. Donald Trump colluded. Donald Trump did this. Donald Trump did that. And the entire Republican Party is signed. Donald Trump had to prove that the election process was safe. And he had to go, no, I didn't. We didn't collude. We had a 3-year investigation that said, no, it didn't happen, proving, in fact, that there was no fraud or collusion on Trump's part. So the entire country got really, really tired and know now that there was not a corrupt election in 2016. Do you think that they did that so that they could later say, well, Donald Trump says that it's been good elections and it can't be hacked because he's doing a job and he's doing a great job? So there's nothing to see here. Matter of fact, there was no collusion. There was no hacking. The election system is safe. It's the most secure it's ever been in the world. And no, we're all good. Suckers! Suckers! Which now brings me to my 1 human, 2 human, 10 human theory. Now you're going to have to hang with me for just a second on this, right? Now, I'm going to take you way, way back. I'm going to take you way back beyond the times of us and when humans first arrived on the planet. Now, at one time on the planet, there was only 1 human. Right, and that 1 human had free reign, and the 1 human could do anything that they wanted to do. They could go and hunt, they could fish, they could run around naked, they can drive down the street, eating, talking on their cell phone. If you're the only person on the planet, you're pretty much good to go. And so you're 1 person, you can pretty much do, there are no morals, there are no ethics, there are no rules, there are no regulations, there's nobody else to tell you what to do. Now, as soon as somebody else shows up on the planet, so that's the freedom of humanity. And I want you to think about this. If you were alone on the planet, I call that the 1 human theory. What would you do? What would you not do? What if you didn't know that there was a God? What if you did know that there was a God? What if you were scared all the time and that you just hid in a hole? What happens if you have to make a decision that you're going to have to go get something to eat? So you're going to have to come out of your hole long enough to not get eaten by the pterodactyls and the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and you're going to have to... By the way, they didn't live at the same time. I know that, right? But let's just throw dinosaurs in the story because dinosaurs are scary. So you got to go out and you got to get out of your hole. Then eventually, instead of hiding, eventually you have to get aggressive. And you have to get aggressive because meat matters, right? Meat is one of those things that actually makes us work. So there's salt, there's water, there's meat, there's some grains maybe, but lions do not eat grain. We have become omnivores, so we can eat just about anything. We can eat anything from the ocean, we can eat anything here. But what I'm saying is, when the second person shows up, now all of a sudden, somebody is going to be the superior individual to the first person, or the first person is going to be superior to the second person. That's the problem with the world. We have more than 1 person on the planet. That means that there's going to be instantaneously, there's going to be a more aggressive person and there's going to be a less aggressive person. Now, back in the old days, the kings and queens that took over the world were the most aggressive people. Now, those people would absolutely murder anybody that challenged them. They would say, hey, look here, I want to go across the world and I want to just conquer the world. I want to take over the world. And the most aggressive people just killed people as a matter of fact so that they could something just popped up. Okay, I'm going to get to this in just a second. Check out the dinosaur footprints in the riverbed. Thank you very much, Mark. I will do that. So that's what happened a long time ago. And inside of this, I got to get my glasses because I want to stay on my notes. So inside of this, there's no morals, there's no rules. You have carte blanche, you can do it. And then there's 2 ways you can go, right? So you can become the lion, or an antelope, a tuna or a shark, a squirrel and a turtle and a wolf, right? So basically, human beings kind of exercise that. So when more than 1 person gets there, when the second person shows up, you now have a power struggle. Back in the old days, they used to just kill each other, right? And I wrote down some of the names of the people that did this. So Attila the Hun, Julius Caesar, Genghis Khan, Napoleon, Alexander the Great, Tamerlane, Hannibal. Those are all people in the way back that we read about in history books that just wanted to take over the world, and they'd slaughter whoever they wanted to. And then we got sophisticated, right? And because what happened is more reasonable people, there were more reasonable people in the middle that would not let the most aggressive human beings exist the way that they existed. And the United States of America came along and said, hey, look here, we're going to defend you unless you are so aggressive that you have to be caged or killed. But other than that, you have rights. So the human right to exist came about in the world. England did it, France did it, America did it, Australia did it, everybody did it around the world. But yet, the most aggressive people in the world once again popped up, and some of their names are Mao, Stalin, Hitler, Mao, Stalin, Hitler. Who ran the Khmer Rouge there in Cambodia and just killed just massive amounts of people. And then World War II break out, right? So Hitler popped up. So there are mass murder events in the recent past. And look at what happened in Serbia. Look what happened in Kosovo, right? So those were in the early, that was in the 80s and 90s and into the 2000s. And President Donald Trump just brokered a peace deal over there between the two sides. This stuff happens in the world that we're in. And do you want to know why? Because the instinct to rule and to be more aggressive is still there. So that means that where we're sitting right now, are there any places in the world where people are willing to do what I was just talking about? And the answer is yes. It's all over the globe right now. In Syria, there's Bashar al-Assad, there's Maduro, there's Castro, who just passed away, but his best friend took over down in Cuba. Putin, and the most dangerous countries in the world, Russia's number 9, that are 8 or 9. So Russia's right up there because they kill people too. You don't agree with you? How about Iran, Saudi Arabia, the Taliban, Syria, Yemen, Somalia? See, there are some bad people that are out there. So the middle people normally have to do something in order to stop these aggressive people from ruling everybody else's life. Because when people start ruling your life, you have to do things their way, right? You have to do things their way. And that's the amazing thing that bothers me about this. Gavin Newsom out there in California has said, oh, look, everybody, you voted for me. I get to make all the rules. I get to make all the rules. Yay. Ooh, yay for me, Gavin Newsom. Cuomo, what a dick up in New York. He sits there. Oh, well, that wouldn't happen. We can't close down the schools. That's not going to happen. And then the mayor of New York closes down the schools. You want to know why? Because that guy's got the complex, too. I'm the ruler of New York City. Nobody can tell me what to do, not even the governor. So I'm going to shut down the school. And the governor goes, what are you doing? He says, I shut down the school. He said, I didn't want him shut down. He says, well, too bad. I did it. I shut down the schools anyway. You want to know why? Because I'm a politician. I can do whatever I want. People voted me. So now I'm going to make all the rules. And that bothers me because, you know, when I was talking about you have the killer aggressive style and then you have the passive person, that's what's going on in our world. We have convinced ourselves to be nice. And I want to still be nice, but I have to recognize that there are dangerous people that are in this world. Who are the dangerous people right now? Well, how about social media, right? How about the social media people? How about the rich people that meet in Davos, right? They know better than everybody else. What they did is they just took all of their $1 billion and they said, hey, let's go buy some software. Let's go find a company that can do some software. And then go convince the American people that we're going to get Donald Trump to say that there's no election fraud and that there's no way that there's election fraud. And then when we fraud him using computer services, then he's going to look like a jackass. But I don't think they expected him to fight back. You know, so these rich people who want the best for everybody, but their way, right? So they're looking for a one world government. They talk about it all the time. Can't we all just get along? Can't we all get along? Well, I don't know. Do you want to get Syria to get along? How about Maduro, Castro, Putin, Ali Khamenei over in Iran, Taliban, Syria, Yemen, Somalia? Why are they picking on the United States of America? They want to rule you. We have to win back by the vote, right? So who are they ruling? Who did the rich people go to? They went to the WHO, the World Health Organization. They went to the UN, the World Monetary Fund, the World Bank. They own the World Bank. They also own billions and billions and billions of dollars. And I'm glad that they have billions and billions and billions of dollars. But there are more of us than there are of them. If we decide to not let them be in charge, we vote their politicians out, because that's what they're doing, right? They're buying politicians, they're supporting their campaigns, they're supporting their ideas, and they go and whisper in their ear, hey, look what, bring back the Green New Deal. Hey, let's get rid of petroleum products. Let's make the UN control gun policy for the entire world. Let's take this economy and make it into little urban centers and make everybody live in the little urban centers. That way we can control them better. Because you don't have a say when you're going up against a billionaire. You think you stand a chance against Mark Zuckerberg or Mark, whatever the hell his name is? How about the Twitter guy, right? I'm not even going to mention the Koch brothers or Soros. Well, I'm mentioning them, right? I'm mentioning them. But I'm not going to talk about them much. But like the Koch brothers and Soros and all of the other billionaires that are running around with more money than they know what to do with. Right? That's what I'm talking about. So the one human theory is the one human is free. And as soon as somebody else shows up that are going to be more aggressive, more of a killer, more of an anything, they're going to try to manipulate the world. That's what leadership is. Leadership is nothing more than manipulating whoever you're dealing with. It's all manipulation. Some people use sugar, some people use spice, some people use money, some people use time, some people use threats, some people kill somebody else so that you will comply. Right now what they're doing is they're just go buying politicians. That's why we got to win. My name is Mickey in the Middle. This makes perfect sense to me. That, listen, it's software. I really think that the software has been manipulated. You know, not because of anything else other than this guy. That guy right there. He made me realize. He made me realize that probably without a doubt shenanigans went on. When all of the states, 100% of the states that were in question for Donald Trump, they paused the count in the vote. All of them. Why would they do that? I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know what I'm talking about from a layman's point of view. I'm a nobody. I'm just a middle American. But here's what I know is, I got one shot. At this. Uniting with everybody on the side of the middle. If we all get together in the middle and we all side together and we use the ballot box, which is the only thing that we have left, if we make sure that we have a secure voting system, then we can win. First, we need a secure voting system. Second, we all need to vote to get every single politician out of Washington. And I'm sorry if President Trump's got to go, and I'm sorry if any of your favorite politicians got to go, but we got to commit for 6 years. We got to get rid of every single politician at the state level, at the government level, at the federal level, primarily at the federal level, because there's a lot more better people at the state level than there are at the federal level. But we got to get rid of the bad ones down here in the states too. So let's see where we are. Idi Amin, Darla Stewart, Idi Amin, Pol Pot, Mark, thank you very much. Pol Pot killed like 30 million people. I mean, he's like crazy. His own people, right? Back then they used weapons. Now the same thing happens with words, empty promises. Yes, thank you very much for the comment, Greg Myers. I greatly appreciate it. They hate each other. North Korea. Oh yeah, Kim Jong-il, right? So Kim Jong, the little man, the little rocket man that's over there in North Korea. His father and grandfather killed millions of people over there. The population of North Korea is half of what it is in South Korea. Half. And they started with roughly the same number in 1953 when they put in the 53rd, 35th parallel, the parallel. Whatever parallel it was, 43rd, the 52nd, whatever it was. So anyway, hey, that's the show for tonight. So the one world theory is, one human theory is, one human, there's no controversy. Two humans, somebody's going to be the aggressor. The other one is not going to be as aggressive. And that means that the person that is most aggressive is going to rule. They just have to find out a way to manipulate the situation and get everybody said, hey, look here, we're not going to go to war over this. We're not going to go to war over this. But right now, we cannot let them win. We have to psychologically defeat them first in our mind. Let them say that the billionaire class of this world is not going to rule us, and we're not going to be pushed around anymore. We're going to vote all of them out. So let's go do this, everybody. I love you. That's the One Human Theory by Mickey Spillane. We can win this. I'll be getting more into this in the future because this directly affects socialism, communism, your local politics, the way you interact with your neighbors. This is philosophy as far as I can see. I thought it was me. You keep freezing up. I'm sorry. OBS keeps quitting on me. So I'm so sorry about that. Let me get rid of some of this stuff. All right. So anyway, hey, that's it for tonight. Just remember to live, laugh, love. I appreciate you. Love you. Thanks a lot. You guys take care. This has been Mickey in the Middle, Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Central. Talk to you later. See ya.